Hello, my name is Mitch Sigler. I'm a physical therapist and a professor at Spring Arbor University. I'm here with Justin, who's going to demonstrate some exercises for us today. And the first exercise we're going to go over is going to be the bench press. The bench press is designed to strengthen the pectoralis muscle and also the tricep muscles. So we're going to go over some good techniques. I'm going to show you some techniques to avoid. We're going to show you some positionings of the shoulder, that type of thing. So we'll go through the whole exercise. So Justin, go ahead and lay down. The first thing we'll talk about is hand placement. So you can wrap your hands completely around the bar if you feel comfortable with that. Some people find that strains the thumb a little bit. So then the second option would be you could wrap your thumb on the opposite side. It's really your own preference, what you like to do, whichever feels better on your hand and your thumbs, okay? The second part of posturing that you can do, you can actually bring your feet up and put them on the bench, and that'll take some pressure off your lumbar spine. You're not quite as stable through your trunk though, so if your back hurts, this is a good alternative to try. If you're lifting heavy weight, probably not the best alternative is to have your feet up. So go ahead, put your feet down. And another thing you want to avoid too is when you're doing this is you don't want to have a really big arch in your lumbar spine. You want to try to avoid that, just kind of have a neutral, maybe have a 1-inch gap under here, and just kind of put your lumbar spine and pelvis in neutral. Okay, so Justin's going to go ahead and lift. And he's going to go ahead and let the bar come down, and this is going to be an eccentric contraction of the pectoralis muscles, and he's going to push up, and this is a concentric contraction. And this is going to stimulate, again, the pectoralis and triceps to become stronger, growth, that type of thing. That's why we're doing the exercise. So go ahead and keep going a couple more. And so he has nice control here, and that's what we want to have. We want to have nice control with a slight pause coming down to the chest, with no pressure or very little pressure when you do come down to the chest. And it is good to sometimes explode up, especially if you want to develop explosive power. And it is also good to have a nice slow control coming down. So this is exactly how you should perform the exercise. We're going to show some maybe things not to do here. So first of all, don't push your shoulders way up at the end here. We don't want your shoulders popping up here, okay? And secondly, we don't want the bar to bounce off your chest when you're coming down. So no bouncing the bar off the chest, because that could actually damage your sternum. And we already talked about not arching too much when you're doing that. Just try to keep your back kind of in a neutral position. So really avoid quick motions, slamming down on the chest, and those are things to avoid. And the slow control with a pause right down when you're at the chest, those are the best ways to perform the exercise. The typical weight training program is 3 sets, 10 reps. And when you get to the 10th rep, you want to be fairly exhausted, almost like you can't even complete an 11th rep. And that's always a good indicator that you're performing and you're training to your kind of maximal ability that day.